Swoosh Life Podcast. Season 3.
Back like we're back from the dead. Ricky Fowler's golf game. We are back. I had something else in my mind, but I'm rusty. We've been gone, but we are back. Welcome to the Swoosh Life Podcast. This is Gumby, Keith, and Matt. Just the three amigos ready to get it rolling today. It is Open Championship Week, the British Open, as it used to be called. And we're going to have some fun with it, but we're also going to get you caught up on what we've been doing, what's been going on in the world of Nike and in golf, and just have a really good old podcast day, night, listen right here, right now. So, guys, what's going on?
No, I don't know, boys, but it's great to see you guys. It's been 5 weeks of summer, and it's been crazy. I've been gone for 3 weeks, and I just got back to Connecticut tonight, and it's just been go, go, go with the kids. Golf game is going downhill. But I don't know. It's just been a great summer so far. A hot, rainy summer. So
Summer of
everything's green and the golf
air
course
quality.
Green. Air quality. It's coming back in this area again, and New York too. So it's crazy with the fires still going on in Canada, but nothing. Just been enjoying some vacation time with the family on the lakes, back and forth to Connecticut and New York. But a couple rounds in, a lot of new Nike stuff, a lot of Nike winners this past weekend. So I don't know, Matt, what have you been up to?
We've lost the wildfires came back a little bit these last few days, and then we got. I don't think we got as bad a haze as you guys did. Like ours lasted like a day, but that stuff was brutal. So it's like between like the rainy summer and that, like it's like, man, half the summer's gone. And then I decided to listen to our Nomad episode again. Just kind of like brush up because it has been about 5.5 weeks, and man, it's kind of crazy because the PGA PIF Live News broke that day that we recorded it, and actually we were kind of right because we said we don't think this is going to answer anything, because here we are 5 weeks later, and I don't think any of us really have any more answers. So we're going to probably shelf a lot of that talk for the rest of the year and probably do more fun Nike stuff and focus on that stuff, because it's just silly. It's just silly at this point. It's stuff that's beyond our control. Got to play TPC Deer Run. Go ahead, jump in. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, I think that for our listeners out there, you should expect some more fun stuff in the next couple of weeks as golf is, I wouldn't say winding down, but the majors are over, and we will have a little sabbatical of big events until the Tour Championship and the Ryder Cup, and then we'll be all over that. But right now, just expect some maybe some fun stuff in the future. Maybe a Nikeopoly. That would be a fun episode. Maybe some other things. So we're gonna have a blast on this podcast in the next couple weeks. Maybe space it out a little bit, but overall, it's gonna be really fun to cover some purely Nike stuff and not just golf on this. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, did go to DPC Deer Run. If you guys are wondering what was in the pro shop, next to nothing. It was picked over pretty clean, actually. So, and especially if you go to Deer Run, and Keith, you might have like something like this with the Travelers. Nike has a deal with the TPC courses, so there's always like a TPC Nike assortment, but then the stuff that really goes quick is the stuff that has the John Deere logo in addition to TPC Deer Run. So I'm sure you guys have something like that with the umbrella. So unfortunately, no, did not pick up anything, but did get the Air Max ones on the Deer outside there. So
that was cool.
A lot of people enjoyed that. It was kind of cool, actually. I was like, oh man, is everybody gonna hate me for this? But no, dude. And that's the thing, is like you always wonder, like when you were serious golfers, like, you show up on a Monday after a tour event, these guys are serious golfers. I don't think there's a lot of casuals want to get beat up like that, which I did physically. Couldn't golf for the next 4 or 5 days. Probably had to take, it was rough. It was rough, pun intended, on that one, on me. So yeah, but hey, the thing is, like, I think like July is the perfect time to take a little bit of a sabbatical. We did this last year too. It's just after the U.S. Open, we're just got one major left. We talked about it before. Nobody really cares about the FedEx playoffs. So if there's anything that good comes out of this merger, is hopefully they kill that thing and figure something better out. That's just my opinion. Like, I really don't care about the FedEx Cup playoffs. I really don't. I know Rory's won it a bunch of times, but nobody cares. Like, bring the majors back, run them late into the year, because this is kind of sad, right? Like, this is it. Here we are into July, and then it's like, oh, no pro golf. And I'm not saying pro golf really gets me excited, but it's another layer of excitement to the golf season. So we've
we've just seen, sorry, Matt, but we've seen like coverage of golf be like, the ball was dropped. The Scottish Open this past weekend, and we'll talk about Rory's win. But like coverage was pretty poor from a CBS team that has done okay, but not great this year.
It is not the Masters; they don't care.
And it's hard to when it's hard to watch because it's not easy to watch. Then why would I watch?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And it's funny that we could talk about Rory now because you were talking about Ricky's game being non-existent. Ricky and Rory finished 1-2 at this course back in 2014, and they've won the last two PGA events, right? Or DP. I don't know who runs the Scottish Open. I don't care anymore. I don't care who runs what anymore.
Genesis.
I care who wins and what they wore, right?
Open.
So here, how about this? Let's just start it off with a bang. How would you guys score Rory's outfit on Sunday? We all agree that the 2-iron overshadowing the other guy hitting the fairway wood out of the rough. That 2-iron was just ridiculous.
And we'll shout out Rob McIntyre, also a Nike guy. So that would have been
Nike
really
leader
cool.
in the clubhouse. Nike guy,
and his home open. So Rory just went and snatched that thing from him, which is
kind of nice to see, actually, because he's had a ton of stuff kind of kept out of his reach at times, right? So what would you rate? Give me a score 1 to 5. Rory's outfit on Sunday. So he did do a good job with that long sleeve polo look. It wasn't bad, but the color assortment for me on Sunday was I can't. Was it a light green 5-pocket with
I think it
what was it?
Because he's in the 5-pocket pant and everything like that. But that's Papa Rory dad style right there. That's what that is.
Where is that polo? Like it is
custom.
It is textured quite uniquely. It is an inside pop of color on the collar, which I can dig. I can dig that inside pop of color, but he kind of Adam Scott for me this past couple weeks. He was wearing the browns and the maroons a little bit, and then he went into this monochrome-ish realm. I don't know.
It's
I'm
kind
glad he
of
still won, but he still looked okay.
Yeah, it's kind of the fall colors for Nike this fall coming soon with everything, with the Open and everything, and it feels like they always go darker colors with that tannish sail, bottoms or anything. Anytime they start going overseas for the Open and stuff like that, they always have those colors planned out: the dark navy blues, the dark maroons, the browns. But Rory can definitely pull off the long sleeve polo. He's one of the only ones that does it, and it's not a bad fit for him. It's a Sunday at a pretty popular event. I wish there was just a little bit more color involved with scripting his outfits on a Sunday at least.
Yeah, I wish that he would have matched his belt better. I think that is my number one thing. Is I can deal with the light green pants and the cream if the belt is that light green, which I know that they have, but because he did that on Saturday. I watched Saturday highlights and he had the what I call the Jason Day tan pants, which I really want. And he had that dark tan belt matching perfectly with it. And so I'm and then he wears this gray and white one that that's off of everything. And so it's just one of those things where that is just enough to push you towards that something is thrown off. And I think it was slightly of the belt, if it's just green all the way through and then that's what you're meeting is that cream after, I think we're okay.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was watching they were doing some highlight of the majors, and there's this video of Brooks teeing off in front of Rory, and Brooks matched his belt to the pants, and it was like a green. It was like a navy polo. It was that navy camo polo with the green vapor pants with the green belt, and it actually looked really good, really strong. So it's almost like, yeah, matching your belt to your pants might be a better move for some folks. Now the other thing too is we haven't had a chance to really talk about the Victory Tour 3. Keith, you've gotten a chance to play in them now. I've gotten a chance to play them. What are your impressions of the Victory Tour 3? Because I've got some like conflicted thoughts about Nike golf shoes where they're at right now and the Victory Tour 3.
You've worn them, Matt, and played in them a couple rounds?
Yeah. I mean, I've played. It's probably like my go-to spiked shoes, so I've probably played 5 rounds in them now.
Yeah. I'm back and forth between that and the Next Percents, because I like the grip. Usually don't play in the spikeless, but the VT3s, I am a fan of this newer version than the VT2s. I feel lower to the ground than the VT2s. I do feel like my foot still, I try to pull them as tight as I can. I still feel like there's a lot of room in the toe box area, and I feel like my foot like moves around a little bit in there. But overall, I actually really do like the shoe. I like the way the swoosh looks on it as well. The colorways that are coming out, and actually, I know we're going to get into it. It's probably one of my favorites out of the open, the Open 4 that are being released. So,
and they were released.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were released.
Like that is the biggest thing, is that they hadn't released. They had only released AM1s and Jordans for
PGA,
US Open, and
Masters. We got them all. Masters
we got them all.
And
but
Open, we have them all.
This is nice to have it. But no Jordan for the Open.
No Jordan. That's right.
So
very interesting on that.
I'm a fan. What do you get out of the VT3?
So this, like, again, when we don't have pods, like my mind starts to circulate and I start to think about stuff. So when we talk about like Papa Rory, right? Like there was a moment. I love that's Keith termed that, by the way, for everybody listening. Yeah, when he became a dad, like he wanted to get something a little bit more classic and traditional, but it's almost like frumpy dad look. And Rory's younger than me. Like, you're still in your 30s, dude. Like, it just looks a little too old for me. And I think go ahead.
No, I was just saying his style has always been off. Like, he was like early Rory too, like Oakley and all that stuff. Like, he did not like have decent style. I think he got into that like bachelor Rory, which I call flat brim Rory, like, and that was kind of done well. But I think that Nike was really like scripting at that time for him, and now he's not. But I can make an argument that Tommy Fleetwood style is the exact same as Rory's, but we haven't seen Rory wear a cardigan. But Tommy doesn't. But Tommy doesn't get the flack as much that, like, I feel like Rory does if they dress the same. But that's just a personal opinion.
Yeah, it could be. The flow goes a long way. I'll admit that.
I agree. But
I would say, like, at least with the cardigan, like the second day he wore the cardigan, Tommy was wearing this polo, and this thing was unbuttoned all the way here. Yeah. I mean, he looked like he was coming straight out the disco, out the 70s, right? So, like, if you're gonna go for it, he goes for it. Yeah, and this brings me back to the VT3 conversation. So Rory wanted a more classic look. Are these more classic than the Victory Tour 2? I would say so. Are they classic enough to take somebody out of a G4 or a FootJoy? No, they're not. And to your point, Keith, like the lockdown, it doesn't lock down. And that's been Tiger's argument, is that doesn't lock down the way that some other shoes have. So I feel like if you're gonna go with a classic, like let's go totally classic. And I know they can do it because we've talked about this before. 80G4. If you put spikes in the 80G4, now you've got something that could rock at the clubs.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Speaking of 80G4, they dropped a new one with that light, like gray and volt, and man, it's hard not to go buy that one. That's for sure.
I know.
That one is really nice. Like,
that's
really
a good
nice.
dance.
That'd be a really great summer shoe. You know what I mean? Like rocking the Don't Sleep on Summer head cover, rocking Origin Golf. Shout out Chris Bailey. Tennis ball. Yep, that one. Head cover, which like I have and Matt has, and just like I love to like I haven't volted out my bag yet, and I think this is the week that I'm going to switch it over to all volt because it's just it's time, like, and that would be a sweet shoe to rock when you're rocking all volts, and it's just the best,
Speaking of summer shoes, you did acquire a contender for shoe of the summer. I think you got the Air Max 1.
Yeah,
a lot of people tried to get the Michelle Wee shoe today. We'll talk about a little bit about that, but give us your thoughts about the Air Max 1, and then let's talk about releases.
Yeah, Air Max 1 Navy, I popped off on that one and got it quickly, and thankfully I did because I think it was gone by the next day. Like, it was a much quicker sold out thing than I thought it would be, because I think there's still sizes of like the red and white, or at least like the white and black ones and stuff like that. So but the navy is great. It's got the navy like upper like around the shoe with a little bit of the red on the toe, tongue kind of thing, like of at the front of the shoe. The eyelets are red, and there's just like little red accents. So it's a perfect little like red, white, and blue shoe for the summer. I wish it would have came out for July 4th, but I didn't actually play golf on July 4th, so it's fine. And yeah, I'm sure as long as it dries up around here, been gone on and off, I'll be popping those on the course pretty soon. I wore
Gumby, do you go up a size in those too? In the ones, the new ones?
14s and all Air Maxes, yeah. There's just something about Air Maxes. I don't know if it's because of the way that the bubble sits higher or not that it like changes it, but I can't do a 13 in that. So I can do a 13 in Jordans. So
don't you feel like it's like a little bit thicker shoe all the way around, like more support kind of thing? Yeah.
Yeah. I wore Peaches the other day actually, and that was and they were great, but it was dead dry, and I wore a shirt that matched it, and it looked great. So it was nice to get those out on the course, and I had the hat that matched it, the always fresh hat. So yeah, I think there's some good drops. I think we got a surprise drop today. We're recording on a Tuesday, and we got the Wheezy ones, as I'll call them, because they're Air Jordan 1 Wheezys. And I just want to put out there a nice congratulations to Michelle Wee on a great career. Like I said, been a pleasure for you to watch you, and can't wait to see what you guys do next. I know we have talked as a podcast to like Johnny a little bit and Michelle, and thinking about coming on, and we never got that done, but maybe in the future, and that'd be really cool. But we'll see where things go with our podcast and her podcast. I don't know. So, but it was cool to see how well received like her retirement was, and what they did for her, and what Nike did for her. And we can only hope that like if that were to come down the pipe for Tiger, that Nike would do the same, in the future. But hopefully that's not for a while that Tiger retired, but love the wave, love the Aloha kind of, touches and everything on those. But how did we kind of feel about today's action in the app when trying to get these shoes?
It was a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Pull up the app, they weren't there. Pull up the app, they were there. Pull up the app again, they weren't there. So I know we talked about it a little bit, but every size had a few sizes left. So limited run, who knows how many they had in stock and everything like that. Matt, I know you brought up the sneaker app and stuff. So they were on there too, or was it?
No,
They didn't pop up on
the
there
way
either.
we wanted to mix the topic. We were thinking about, because Travis Scott's, but those are like going to be in a few months. Those are going to be on the sneakers app, and if you've been a sneakerhead like I have, that app brings up a lot of pain. Yeah. There's people, I ultimately think that the answer to all of this is pre-orders. I feel like if it just became a pre-order system where you knew, and if they could deliver it in 6 to 8 weeks, right? Almost like Nike ID.
Yeah.
Pay extra. These things were $200 anyways. Like, I think that's the answer to limited releases, personally, for me. Like, that's fine. Like, okay, I'll order the peaches. And if I had to wait, but I actually got a chance to get them and I would wear them. And that way I don't have to worry about resellers snagging everything and driving the price up.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the ultimate solution to a lot of this stuff, because the random stuff on sneakers, you could have somebody with 28 email addresses and 28 logins, right?
Yeah.
Maybe more, right?
Right.
So that's the kind of the juggling thing. I think it's cool that they did eventually release it. Congratulations, Michelle, on that one. I think for me, I love the ombre pink laces. I love the light blue bottom, wavy swoosh. I love that they're playing with the logo now. You see that in the open one here with the play to live and love to play, or live to play. So all in all, I'll say this is, if you're going to have limited amounts, don't send it to Sneaker News. Don't send it to the media outlets. That's just me, and that's what I miss. Like, I've heard people kind of lamenting the good old days of the Jordan 6 that's behind me, or the Jordan 11 that's behind me. Like, when those came out, we had to be checking the app every day, right? And it's not like, they announced this the night before. So guess what? All the resellers started rubbing their hands together, getting their bots ready. And I'm not saying that these all ended up in reseller hands, but it's unfortunate. So,
well, it's hard when, again, no one knew until Monday night, or
we're recording on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Literally last night, it came out. Then 10 a.m. It's not even preloaded on the site, like coming soon, like it has been for all these other drops. It just shock drops, shows up, and then it's gone. Yet you can go and find a full run of sizes and everything like that. Like, that's when you have a problem, is that like 15 to 5 to 10 minutes after it's dropped, you can go to a third party and they're all there, full run of sizes. Like, that shouldn't happen. Like, do two-step authentication for accounts. Do anything to stop bots. Like, it shouldn't be this hard. Like, it just shouldn't. And they can't figure it out. They cannot figure it out. And I don't think they're losing money because of it, but I don't think they're losing. They don't care that they're not. I don't know. It's a weird thing. They're not losing money because they're being correct. But I don't know how much like their customers are getting more and more agitated to then push them away. But again, how much do they care, because they're still making their bottom line? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard. So,
how'd you guys feel about the logo though? And
I think it's cool.
The style that she pulled off for US Open. I really liked it for her to go out that way with the wave swoosh and everything like that. And
I think if we want to talk about style, I think that was Mama Weezy too. Like, if we have Papa Rory, that was Mama Weezy, because that wasn't Michelle,
right,
like, that we had come to know's like style. I wish that she would have worn that big visor that she wore at her US Open. I wish she would have worn that as like a throwback. Like, but I mean, it was cold. It was, it was windy. Yeah. She wore the sweatshirt, and it's a great crew neck, so, but I would say that's Mama Weezy style right there.
I would say the other thing that I got out of this is that I really hope this is not the end of Weezy doing collaborations with Nike Golf. I know that she's got some kind of capacity post career with Nike planned out, and I really hope that we get more of this kind of stuff, right? And that hopefully, like, some of the ladies on the LPGA collab with her and that they wear that stuff, because I will say that Michelle Wie is leaving a void in women's golf, right? And I know some people are going to be like, well, I mean, she hasn't played a lot lately and this and that. Has there been anybody as transcendent as her recently? The only person I can think of, non-Nike person, is Lexi. Lexi gets a big crowd wherever she goes. They're very similar. They're both around 6 feet tall, both phenoms at a young age. They both bomb it. They both struggle with putting. They are very, very similar, right? But and Lexi has been around for a while too, right? So outside of Michelle Wie and
Playing her
Lexi,
16th U.S. Open or something like that already.
yeah,
Like,
no
that's-
disrespect to Nelly, but it's just, people outside of the golf world knew who Michelle Wie was,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because she competed against the men and she did that at a young age. So I hope she continues to collab. I hope that LPGA does a better job of pumping up its stars, because I feel like they're in a transition phase right now. I just don't think the LPGA has a lot of like great stars.
Yeah.
At least they're not marketing them the right way.
No, I agree. But speaking of Nelly, congratulations, Nelly, winning across the pond as well. And let's just talk about it. The weekend of Nike. You have 2 golf tournaments, or you had 4 golf tournaments. Let's talk about it. But like 2 golf tournaments with Rory and Nelly winning across the seas. And then Wimbledon also across the seas, and our Nike, which is the same. Let's our Nike athletes for tennis, which is the same umbrella that we know now for Nike's division of what's called club sports.
Is
So
this
it
the
is
clubhouse
tennis.
now?
Yeah, this is I believe tennis
The
and
clubhouse.
golf, and I believe SB is under that, but I'm not sure anymore. They used to be. And so now we've got Carlos Alcaraz dethroning the Joker for his second major title, as he won U.S. Open last year. And then Marketa Vondrousova, an unranked player, at least for Wimbledon, coming through and beating I forget who she bought, but sorry. But both Nike people winning Wimbledon. Yeah. You're the tennis guy, Matt. Did you watch any Wimbledon? Did you see
I watched
anything?
all of it.
And what are your thoughts on those 2 winning and bringing the swoosh forward? I don't think the swoosh has won at Wimbledon since Roger in
I think
10 years ago.
No, Rafa wasn't.
Rafa
I
won?
think Rafa's won it since Roger, I believe, but I'll have to fact check on that. But
Yeah.
the thing about, just quickly on the women's side, it's an impressive run, because I want to say, I don't know if Goran was wearing Nike, but Goran Ivanisevic back in the 90s was an unseeded men's player who actually made it to the final, didn't win, but it was super impressive to come unseeded and rock it out of the park. For tennis folks like myself, we've been waiting for this moment. You've had 3, everybody says 4. It's 3 guys have just dominated the tennis world for a very long time. Roger aged out. Rafa's fighting it right now. And then Joker was a little bit younger than them. He's taking advantage of that. I hope people appreciate this win. And I hope people don't have like these crazy expectations of like, well, we're not going to get interested until Alcaraz gets to 10, right? Like he's got to win 10 majors before people get interested in, because the bar is being set so high by these 3. But a lot of us have had our eye on him for a very long time, not just because of the Rafa relationship. Guy hits 100 miles an hour on his forehand. It's just absolutely crazy. And in fact, a lot of people say like grass probably maybe not his best surface. Like he's definitely a hard court guy. So really impressive that he pulled this off. It was cool to see, because he gets the breaks, and you think that Djokovic is just like, maybe he's just, because Djokovic is key. His superpower is his stamina, right? Like he just does not get tired, just keeps on going. So like you're almost like, is he turtling here? Is he giving up this set? Will end the impatience of youth? It's happened to Carlos a couple times, right? When, so it was very cool to see. It felt a little bit like a coronation moment. So it'll be fun to see the next few years. I'm not putting 30 majors on the guy, but I will say that I expect him to win quite a few.
Yeah. Rafa won it in 2010 and Federer in 2017 last. So those are our 2 Nike guys, or Nike. Yep. Roger was Nike at the time in 2019. Right. And I think he was, 2019 he was, and in 2017 I think. Maybe not 2019, but So I think, and Kyrgios, Nick Kyrgios was played in the final last year against Djokovic, and he's also Nike. And if you haven't watched Set Point, right, or is it? I forget what it's called on Netflix, but it's like the Drive to Survive F1 series, or like on tennis, they follow Kyrgios around, which is nice. So. But it was nice to see 4 Nike winners on a weekend. I just enjoyed that. I just thought we're doing really good. Good stuff for the young swooshes out there.
Clubhouse sweep.
Yeah, and I'm sure all their salespeople did a lot.
Yeah,
I'll say this. This might be a controversial opinion too. We've seen Nike, the big Nike Instagram account, push Tony Finau with the quarter zip hoodie and the pants, and then there was a Scotty Scheffler thing. I actually think that's a better thing for golf overall than Nike Golf having its own Instagram account. I don't know what you guys think about that. It'd be nice if they had both. I'd argue they should have both and collaborate, but it's been cool to see the big account.
I agree. The mothership should posting golf stuff is a nice thing, but it is few and far between before Nike Instagram was on it weekly and all that stuff. Actually, this brings me up. I'm gonna break up from everything right now. Just break in right here. I have an idea and I want to do this, and I haven't run it by you guys at all, but I think we should do this. We're gonna finish summer strong on Instagram. And what we're gonna do is we have 5 weeks left, maybe 6 weeks left. Every week, I want you guys out there listening to us and on socials to tag us and Don't Sleep on Summer and the Swoosh Life Podcast. And what we'll do is we'll take the 9 best photos that have tagged us, and we will create that Nike grid that they used to do. And the 9 best photos we will then post on our channel, because I got featured on that 3 times. Matt got featured. Keith got featured. We all got featured on that from Nike Golf. And we're going to do that for you guys. We're going to take your 9 best summer photos, hashtag Don't Sleep on Summer, hashtag the Swoosh Life Podcast, and we'll take those photos and we will post them on our channel and tag you guys in that. So that's what we're doing. We're bringing that back because I think it was too cool not to. And I remember when I got tagged by Nike that my photo got featured. And you know what I did? I put 2 sparklers on 4th of July next to a teed up Nike golf ball and took a picture of it, and it was perfect. It was great. It's a great photo. So
I remember that too.
I want to see those photos from you guys out there. So
I thought you were going to schedule another giveaway that I have not yet done. Should we do this live?
Yeah, do it live. Epic.
All right, here, throw these names in a randomizer. Here you go. You got it.
Oh boy. Okay. I gotta.
So what we're going to do live, and if you guys want to skip forward, you can skip forward. Don't exit the podcast ever. Always listen all the way through if you can. Helps us out. We are giving away, courtesy of Odyssey Callaway Golf, a Masters Edition mallet putter cover. And we had 2 posts, and that was my naivety. It would have been easier if I told you all to just post in one, but right. So how do you want it? Do you want the name and then the number, or do you just need a name?
Just a name and how many times I need to put it in, I guess, right?
Okay. All right. So give me a Jake Moran 12.
Okay.
Give me a Birdie _binge.
Birdie Binge.
These look like spam bots in these comments here. Let me go into the other one. All right. And then we're gonna do Shane and Shane Golf.
Shane. Okay.
They were the only ones that actually wrote out the song. So I'm gonna do that.
All right, 3 of us. Just 3 of them, right?
There might have been more. Hold on. Let me just double check. Again, skip 15 seconds real quick. I'm just gonna double check here. Yeah, we're gonna roll with those 3. Go.
All right, here we go. Randomizing. Shane and Shane is our winner. Number 1. There we go.
We're taking care of all kinds of things on this episode. I love it.
We will send you a DM from the main account. If you get a DM from anyone else, it's not us. There's all those spots now. And while we're at it, this is our mid-show break right now. We're 35 minutes in. We are still giving away the TW13 print done by Nomad Customs once we hit 1,500 followers. And as of recording tonight, I believe that we are 120 something away. So
I mean, we could just buy followers and get
111 away. So get your people on it and make sure that people are listening, and then we'll do a a post, and then we'll randomize it to get this Nomad Custom TW13 printout. So just a reminder. And also a reminder, become a supporter of the podcast by going to podcast.spotify.com/thepod. Sorry. Okay. Let me start over. I'm rusty
It's
again.
rusty.
And this is a new read for me. Okay, guys. So podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/the Swoosh Life. Much harder than what you used to have to do, but we appreciate it. And yeah, back to the show. So let's talk about some of the new releases, Keith. What have we been seeing since the 7-1 drop? I think even the 6-1 drop, it's been a while since we done stuff. So what has come and gone on Nike.com, and what are you liking out there?
Well, one thing for sure on Nike.com is I think we found our inventory of sweatshirts and T-shirts and dry fit shirts, long sleeve shirts, and crew necks. I think they have arrived from 2020. Now it's cool to see all the different logos come in with all the different options now. There's some sharp looking hoodies, crew necks and dry fit shirts that are out.
Embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little bit are they just trying to do this for golf? Are they just trying to be oh, we gave you something and it's nothing? And then it's actually every sport. I went through and it's tennis has them, baseball has them, stuff like that. Because I thought maybe it's just club sports, and it's nope, baseball had it, football had it, and it's it's that kind of regal, not regal, but
the crest or
Greek wreath around the Nike sign and then whatnot. And then there's also very what I would call collegiate. If you're a collegiate athlete, you would have the name and then what sport you played, and so it's Nike and then golf. And so I can dig them, but it does, like you said, Keith, it does feel very it's interesting how they just kind of showed up, right? They're just here.
Bunch of sweatshirts in July.
Yeah, sweatshirts, dry fits, long sleeves. It feels, I'm not gonna say cheap, but it definitely feels, I don't know, it's so odd to see that, kind of thing.
I feel like I was with Nike team for a while out of college and stuff, and it feels because it's your basic colors, it feels like their inventory and the Nike.com inventory kind of merged, and you're getting everything in all at once, and they're just trying to clear the warehouse out with throwing logos on, printed logos on sweatshirts and crews. But with the Nike golf stuff, the 7-1 stuff, more colorways have come out, which is awesome. A few new polos have also come out that are pretty sharp looking.
Solar flare.
Yeah, the solar one. Yeah,
that's in my top 3.
Different colors in that one.
Really nice.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a pool liner. I'm looking through a swimming pool down at the liner, in the water. I don't know. I dig it a lot.
And if you're listening to us and you're at work, you can head over to Nike.com. DX6090 is the one that we're talking about. I dig the double blue, and we call it solar flare. They actually call it a floral print, which they have multiple floral prints out here. So, but yeah, man, I dig it. Even the gray is like a marble stone kind of look to it. Really like that one. That's in my top 3. I like the red Roshi. The red Roshi that dropped. My brother's got the gray blue. Keith, good eye. When I was sending Keith pictures from the Memphis outlet, he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's my brother's size." So he says that one's phenomenal. He says it feels just like a regular Roshi off the course, and he had plenty of grip. So I
got
really
the gray one in that. It's really comfortable to just wear around and stuff. I'm a big fan of the couple T-shirts with the little golf ball guy this year. I think they've done some good T-shirt designs this year. Especially the new one that came out, the Just Do It one with all the bogeys or birdies, whatever is on the back of it there.
Yeah, that is a good one. I really wanted that one.
Yeah. Hold it, duffed it, dumped it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like little golf bottle guy this year. I think that's cool. I wish they would have how cool, and Ryan Mullen brought this up to us today too. we need better golf commercials in just the landscape of golf, I think, overall. But how cool would it be if they would have done like cool commercial with little golf ball dude? You know what I mean? And like you could have had him doing all those things, skying it, shanking it, chunking it. Like, I don't know, just I don't think it could have been an Instagram short, and it would have like been.
And I was about to say
cool.
that I don't think we need traditional TV anyways, because a lot of us like we even record and just skip over the commercials. So, but yeah, like an Instagram short or something, right? Like a social media asset would have been cool with that
guy. I do like how they've continued and also like the thought process of the majors got T-shirts and sweatshirts as well for their logos that they did. They did a hat, I think, for the U.S. Open and Masters, but we didn't get a hat for PGA or for the Open, I don't believe. So, which could have been really cool for this one. But speaking of hats, new fitted dry fit ADV Rise. Big fan of that. I just need the white one. They have like what's online is like it looks more of that. It's jade ice is what they're calling it. So I just need the full white one, and that'd be great. And then I kind of dig the buoy hat too, the what they call the Apex bucket hat, but it's kind of like that buoy hat, but with a less pronounced brim kind of thing. So
it's funny.
I'm digging
it's funny
it.
With the
can you put your T's in the ridge around the bucket?
I bet you can. So
I think they heard us a couple episodes ago because we were talking about the hats. I remember saying that I think the hats just need to be updated a little bit. And now we've gotten like so many releases of all these different dry fit hats or the advanced hats. Even the new Tiger hat is an advanced hat, different material. Mm-hmm. So it's good to see that. You know,
I say it and I look up there and there's a white and a black ADV
99
hat. Oh, yeah. See, they have the club hat but it's a snapback. It's not but it's still that same structured with the air holes and everything. But I need a fitted. I don't have
1,000%
a hat that Keith is wearing right now. Like I don't have a white fitted. Purely
that's
Nike
also
hat.
Structured, right? Like that's structured so it doesn't smash your hair straight down.
Like I have a TW one. I have a couple TW ones of those, but I don't have that white one anymore. And I wear this Volt one, the Rory Flatbill ones. Like those are a little bit like they have. It wasn't corduroy, but that texture of it. Like it's just a little bit different of the texture. And then that Flatbill was just, I don't know. I just like that kind of structure of the hat. So. Good stuff from Nike in 7-1.
Yeah, those flat brims might be sneak. I said those flat brims might be sneaking their way out, maybe sometime soon. They might be making a comeback.
I would take that. I would take that all day.
I do like I don't know if this was a 6-1, 7-1, or if it's already been out, but Noble Red in the camel golf polo, the tour one.
Oh yeah,
the one that's 105.
That looks like the tees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
No, not the one with the T print. It's the $105, the premium camo, the ventilated camo. It comes in a red now.
Yeah,
it is sharp, that one.
Yeah, they call it Noble Red. Looks really good. And then
they
did have joggers in the Ultimate sale. Fall golf is not far away. I don't know how many of you got jumped on that, but there was 20% off joggers about a week ago. See, we should have had an episode last week, so we could have talked Ultimate sale. But hopefully a lot of you copped a couple fall essentials. There were good quarter zips out there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. They have a lot of inventory out right now, so it's nice. And there's Jordan stuff too. And we had the floral print ones. I don't know if we. Oh my God! I'm so sorry. The
mute button was too far. I was trying to jump in. I was trying to jump in ahead of time.
Holy cow!
I do like the white red Victory Tour 3 with the red bottom. I do like that. Again, the opportunity for a really classic golf shoe. Just do it in a T-dub. Just make a T-dub already. Just make a T-dub classic shoe already. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still a 31% off of those Air Jordan 1 highs with the metallic green too on the site, and 22% off the TW13s in black. I'll say, only in black.
I am a big fan of that TW polo that has the striped front. The front is striped, no stripes on the sleeves of the back. Scotty was wearing that during his press conference yesterday in the Navy. Looks really good on a lot of folks, man. I'm telling you, that's a really nice polo. And I'm just surprised anoraks are back. Looks like they restocked on some of the hybrid bags and stuff like that. But the anorak jacket is back. Shocked to see that.
I love that. I have mine. It just stuffs into itself as a pocket. It's great. So
not to bring up Tiger a little bit, but I liked his apparel line so far this year. I've always been a big logo guy and everything like that. So I love that his logo is bigger on the back of the shirts now.
Yeah, the stripe doesn't go all the way back. Thicker.
Yeah, I love it. You know, we get the Tour swoosh on the front on T-Dub with a bigger T-Dub logo on the back.
And on the sweater. They did the swoosh on the sweater this year. You know, they just carried the same sweater over, just put a swoosh on it. I like that like little change up to it. But yeah, they've had not a ton of TW stuff has been released, but the stuff that they have released is very, very nice. I dig it.
Yep.
And a lot of front swooshes too. A lot of TV swooshes this year, which has been. But I think they
Tiger,
heard.
We hope you're healing
us.
well.
They're catching on to us.
Yeah, I think they heard us. So, awesome. I think it's good to see. I am looking forward to the fall stuff coming out. I think that's always a good time. I think I'm done on shoes though this year, guys. I think I've hit my max. But like we said, we have some shoes to rank. I think right now with our NRGs for the Open, and then I think we should rank what we've seen of the one Travis Scott, the AJ one. Or we can get into
you want to score that one, or do you want to wait until it's closer to release?
We'll wait. It's not coming out for a while.
I think that's going to be a good topic to argue about because I got a whole thing on gatekeeping that I think will make for a very good episode.
All right, so let's look at the new ones coming out for the Open, and let's start with the Zoom Infinity Tour Next Percent Energy. I'm gonna bring up a photo of it, and let's get into it. Let's rank this one.
So on this one, we've got the midsole fades from like a what would you call that? A light green to purple.
Yeah, I would call
almost
that
like a minty green.
Mint. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happens on the toe guard and on the back heel is you have that kind of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club, that Beatles Flower Power era kind of mosaic that's put together. Not to give away the rankings. Are we doing scores or ranks?
I think we got to score and rank it. I think because there's 4 of them, right? So
yep, there's 4. So we'll rank them. But a score on this one, I'm actually Keith, I'm with you. If I'm not playing in the Victory Tour 3, I've been in my NXT, my Next Percent. I keep calling it the NXT because that's like the abbreviation, but I love this shoe. It's such a good shoe. The cushioning's great. Obviously the traction's good enough for Brooks. He wins major in it. So I'm going to go on this one actually 4.2.
I think I need to get another NXT. As I just said, I was done. I only have them in the pink and blue. I find it hard to wear that a lot, which I knew that I would, but I really liked the pink and blue. Or maybe I should just wear it more with other stuff, like when I'm wearing neutral.
It'll work with a black and white outfit.
Yeah, but I also got them like a little bit. I think they were a little bit big because I was worried that they would be like the Zoom Infinities. You know what I mean? Like, and so. I think I need to get another pair that like fits a little bit more properly because I don't think that I'm in the right-ish size for what I need with these type of shoes, you know. So I like this colorway. I think it's the Jade Ice and Clear Jade. I guess there's no really color for the purple, but according to their descriptions. But I think that there's better ones in this in the way that the coloring happens. I think this is a very two-tone color, and there's ones that have like more mix of colors that I like a little bit better. So I'm just gonna stick at 3.9 on these.
Nice. Wore the Next Percents today. So I'm always in an X% matte, like you said, or the VT3. I do like the colorways in this. One thing I wish, and I probably would have grabbed these if it was like the PGA Kepka, where it's a full swoosh. I wish a full swoosh was on this. Black with the trim, with the teal trim. I would have grabbed these if 'cause I would like to have an X% with a full swoosh. I know I missed the Masters ones last year,
Yeah.
and they didn't release the PGA ones this year. But I was hoping for one like that.
Question for you both on this: if the pattern filled out the swoosh here,
Ooh.
so because here the swoosh, the bottom half is black, and then the pattern
Yeah.
picks up on the heel. If
Yeah.
it had filled all the way with the pattern, would this rank higher? Or would that be about the same for you?
I think it would rank higher for me.
Yeah, I think it's probably about the same because I like the pattern, but I like the minimal use of it because on the VT3, I actually think it's a little too much pattern. And we'll get to that one next. So, did you score this?
No, I'll score it. I'll do a 4.0. 4.0.
Nice. All right, let's get to that VT3.
So the VT3 with the white upper, there is the midsole in the heel is white, but then there is a piece that takes transitions from the front of the shoe, goes from that kind of orange. Would you call that like a goldenrod, or what is that? Is that orange or yellow?
I would call that a tangerine.
Yeah, like a tangerine, and then
as they call it, sundial.
There we go. And then it
dream.
Fades into fuchsia dream. But on the inside heel panel, like the quarter panel in the back, that's where you see the pattern, and it's only on the inside, the inner part of the shoe, which I think is pretty slick there.
So, 2 different colored swooshes too.
Yeah,
I
don't mind it. I just think it is. I don't know. I feel like didn't VT1 have this kind of thing? Like, was it VT1 or was it something else?
You're right. Yeah,
and they kind of had it, and it was the full wraparound of it, and not just the inside. The inside feels weird to me because that I didn't even know it until this week when we got full run rates. We had seen some other stuff, but you didn't even realize that the inside one. We just saw the outside play to live, and so it's cool. And I like the multicolor of this. Like there's multiple colors in it. It's not just teal and the purple. It is the fuchsia dream and it is the sundial. So I'll start it off. I think this is better than the other one. I'll go 4-1 on this.
I'm gonna go 4-5. I think this is. I know we're not gonna do our rankings, so I'll hold off. But I agree with you, Gumby, on this too. I like it better than the X%. I love the two sides.
I think I'm going 3.7 on this. 3.6.
Oh, this is your shoe though.
Yeah.
This to me.
I'll save it for the rankings.
This to me is the hard part. It's 2 different swooshes. Like I don't know if I like a dark swoosh on one side and a light swoosh on the other. I guess why you did it, but I don't know. So still great details on it.
Yeah.
They got the nails, they got all that stuff. It's great. So all right, let's get into next. Let's do the
Next Nature
Infinity
Ace.
Next Nature Infinity Ace. Simple shoe. This feels like it should be like a women's shoe in a sense. I know it's not. I know it's just like a walking shoe, but just like the silhouette gives me that a little bit of more of that.
It's a little bit more rounded. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Softer
but I
contour.
like this. I think we get more of that one color or 2 color instead of a mix of colors here. It is just clear jade and rust fuchsia in it, and then you get it on the where the eyelets are of the things. You get the pattern coming through there, and definitely more in the of these things, the inserts.
Inserts.
So, yeah, the inserts. So, Matt, what's your score on these?
3-0, no harm, no foul.
I like how it's a little off topic, but the price points. We have 4 different options
Yeah.
in the open choices of this style. So it's kind of nice if, a woman wants to throw this on, over, at the open or something like that, or any of these the colorways for the Next Nature. But I'll give it a 3.5. I'm a fan. I'd like to probably get one of the other ones just to wear out and about, like the white or black one. But the open ones are pretty cool.
Another two-tone swoosh. So you have one pink swoosh, one green and black swoosh. So which wasn't necessary on this shoe because there's nothing on the inside that makes it change. So for that reason, I'm a 2-7. I'm harsh. It's just don't do it for me. I don't know. They're just not.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have gone crazy with the upper. It's too easy of an upper. So now here we come to the Air Max 1. Mudguard shows the flower power pattern or Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, any of that. Play to live in the swoosh as it is on the Victory Tour 3. Translucent sole that you can see underneath the little message through it. I know, Gumby, you're usually a fan of that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of sundial and the fuchsia in there in the midsole, and then gray on the upper parts, which I noticed on the white black Air Max ones. My playing partner had the white black Air Max ones. They have the gray upper sections there. So like that.
I like these better. I think the details are better on it. I just like you have all the mix of colors within this, and you get live to play and play to live on the back heel, which you don't get anywhere else on it, and you still get it in like the swoosh. I'm just wondering if you get play to live and if you get live to play on the other swoosh. I don't think you do, but I dig these. I dig these a lot. I think these are my highest scoring, and I'm going to go in that 4-4.
Ooh, I'm going to go 4-2.
Oh, nice. I was going to go 4-2 as well. Cause I like how all the colors were used on the Air Max ones here. The gray upper, a little bit of white, and then the design around the toe box and everything in the back heel.
Problem with these,
you, Matt.
You can't get them. You can't get them until the actual open starts. Like that's another like you could get the other ones and you could wear them, for the thing. They've launched already. I don't know why these haven't launched yet. Like,
and they were listed earlier.
Right. Like that again, the logic behind these is just so ridiculous. So okay, between Next Percent, the Infinity Ace, the VT3, and the AM1, what are your guys' rankings?
I'll go first. I'll go number 1, Next Percent. Next Percent by a freaking mile with these. I know I gave the Air Max 1 a 4.2, but I'll take the Next Percent any day. If we're just talking golf course, of course, Air Max 1 with the versatility. So that'll be my number 2. Number 3 will be Victory Tour 3. And then I actually feel opposite of you, Gumby. I feel like it's too much color. And it's almost too much color in the wrong places. Like, me, I love a loud upper, but it's like you've got all these colors like fighting against each other only in the little detail parts. Right? It's just it's a little too much. And honestly, the play to live in the swoosh, I like it. I don't know if it's for me though. I don't know. Yeah. So on course, I think Next Percent's for me, number 1.
I hear you.
It's crazy how we all dig really deep into all of these because Matt, my number 1 is the VT3. I love the vice versa on both sides of the shoe. I really do. And
that is a nice touch. I do like that.
And I like the wording inside the swoosh. So it's funny. But yeah, VT3 is number 1 for me. I actually am going to rank the AM1 number 2, and then I'm going to go Next Percent and then the Next Nature as my number 4. Like I said, the AM1, I love how they hit all the colorways in that. I think they hit them all in the right spots on the AM1.
Yeah, I mean the AM1 is beautiful. I mean, obviously I scored them both the same. The Air Max 1 is pretty gorgeous. I really dig it. It depends on the material they do on the mudguard too. Like, if I'll take it on the course.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to my roots here. I think you guys know which one I'm going. I'm going AM1 first. I will do VT3 second, and then the next percent third, and then the Infinity Ace fourth. I want to like the next percent so much. I just haven't gotten into it. I don't know. You know what? I wish that I also would have got lobsters in next percent last year. I think that is like a very much a regret of mine, because I felt I was so tied to the 90s because they just were like perfect. But I really think that the next percent lobsters are just as good, and I think I probably would have worn them more than what I wear.
All you flippers that are still holding on to lobsters.
Yeah, but I feel like they just weren't out there like a whole lot either, So I don't know. So good stuff, guys. I think that's it's been that's the U.S. Open. The British Open, the Open.
Open.
I know we got
Gumby. I think you need another week off.
Dan Linger hopped into Keith's comments today because Keith also got it confused and made sure that we knew that it was the Open. And shout out to Dan across the pond for holding down the swoosh over there.
I was wondering if he was going to chime in, and he did.
I think Keith went trolling on that one.
Yeah,
but I love the Open. I don't know if I'll wake up early. Maybe the baby will get me up early, and I'll just stay up. But I used to wake up early at like 3 and just watch, and it was like there's something peaceful about hearing Mike Tirico's voice at 3:30 in the morning. I don't know, so I like the Open. I don't want to give away my pick yet because we got Keith's pick. We got Keith's pick coming up. You want to just get right into it?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, don't waste that transition. That was gold.
I know.
Keith's pick at the Royal Liverpool. So last winners here at Royal Liverpool is Rory, and then Kyle Lowry. Not Kyle Lowry. That's a basketball player.
Miami Heat player for now.
But Shane Lowry, Rory, and then was Shane Lowry one? I'm getting confused. Rory in 14, Tiger in 06.
T-Dub.
And now we're back. And now we're back in 23. So not Shane Lowry. ESPN commercials really.
I thought you were talking about groupings. I can't wait to talk about the Brooks Koepka grouping.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are coming out. I'm going to give my pick right now, if you guys don't mind, because I have a great stat and I want to make sure I have it here and I want to be ready for it. Are you guys ready for this?
Ready.
Okay. Tiger from January 1 to July 16th, 2006. 2.6 strokes gained tee to green. 0.1 strokes gained putting. 2 PGA Tour wins. Open at Hoylake on July 23rd. 1. This player from January 1 to July 16th
already know who it
is.
is.
2023, 3.1 strokes gained tee to green, minus 0.1 strokes gained putting, 2 PGA Tour wins, Open at Hoylake on July 23rd. I'm taking Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, I knew it.
So
I like the stats. I like that. That was good.
So that is my pick, Scotty Scheffler, because the man hasn't finished less than T5 since 2022, September of 2022.
Matt, are we going to flip a coin? Because I have a feeling that we're going to pick the same dude.
No, actually. No. I guess here's the thing.
Or my...
Could Rory win back-to-back? Yes.
Yes.
Could he? Right. So I'm gonna go through the list of players.
Yes.
The problem is that Brooks is playing with the man who cost him the Masters, Patrick Cantlay. So either he channels that rage from having to play a 7-hour round at Augusta, and he just shoots lights out and dominates the field, or he's gonna get driven mad because of the human rain delay that is known as Patrick Cantlay. So So for that, I just because there's a little bit that can hold him back, I'm not picking Brooks just because of Patrick Cantley. And for this, almost not for because of the stat, but the dude's been a short game wizard. He grew up on the Texas hard pan, and Texans really do well at the opens. So I'm going Scotty Scheffler as well.
Wow.
Actually, that is
go.
my guy. That is my guy. I watched that. I referenced the press conference. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
I love it. Somebody asked him to would you consider this a lost season if you don't win a major? And he just had like a great answer. He's just like, it's funny how we have, Rory, who's obviously chasing accolades and history, and you can feel the pressure for Rory, right? And Scotty's just like, he's so young and new in his career where it's like, it doesn't bother him. He's like, yeah, you know what? There's always next year kind of thing.
And Scotty said too, he's like, you win one and then you win another, and then you just want to keep winning, So I think he wants to keep winning. So we'll see.
The thing that scares me about Scotty, obviously you referenced it, the putting stat, right? Has he figured it out? It's a different animal at the Open putting is, you're putting from so far away. I'm excited to actually watch this one because of all the talk about 17, but we could talk about that a little bit after, but I can't wait because I think 17 could be a disaster hole, and take that how you want it, right? Is it a disaster for the club or a disaster for the players? Could be both. I love that thing could be chaotic, that it could be a problem.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I got an idea for Brooks because I feel like he's going to have a lot of fuel burning when he's playing.
Was that your coin flip, Rory or Brooks?
Yeah, and I thought I'll get into who I'm going to pick, but I think Brooks I think he should drink a lot of water, take a lot of bathroom breaks, and then he wouldn't be waiting. So just like he did it, he said that in the Masters, how he just kept going to the bathroom all the time, going to the bathroom. So now he's actually playing with the dude. So I don't know, but I think he's going to be on fire. But I am going to go with Rory McIlroy as my pick.
I like Rory,
and not because he's won here before. I think we are just due for a back-to-back win and for him to win another freaking major. I really do.
And all the PGA stuff is done. Like he's already said, I'm done talking about
I actually think that's been like his. Like, remember when it came out last year and he went like scorched earth Rory and won a couple, because it was like the time of like Liv starting, and now it's kind of like, okay, well now there's a merger and he got stabbed in the back by Jay, we'll call it, and I think that like he's just like, fuck this, excuse my language, everybody listening, but he is just like, I'm just going, because he finished T2, he finished T3, like he has won, like since the news, like he has been like just on it. So,
and with the weeks, I always bring up like guys are good for 2 weeks. Their third week, if they're playing through 3 weeks in a row, it's kind of like they need to recharge a little bit and take a break. Rory's a different animal. And I think he's got all his comments out of the way and everything like that with everything with the merge and everything or whatever's going on. I think he just needs to go out there and kill the ball. And play.
He was on a streak when he won in 2014. Yeah, that's it. Just don't talk to anybody. He was on a streak in 2014. Like, yeah, you're here on a mission. I get that. And honestly, if Scotty had won, because they were really close, if Scotty had won the Scottish Open, I probably would have gone with Rory, because I'm like, it's just hard for me to pick somebody to go back because it's so hard to do. But if anybody can do it, it's Rory.
I just don't. Just going back to Brooks real quick, I don't feel like this major fits his eye. I don't know. Maybe it's a different style and stuff. I don't know. I would love to see Brooks win too. Believe me, I would. But I'm going with Rory.
He was close the year that Molinari won, right? The summer of Nike. He was right there in the mix. But
Tiger was there too. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pre-injury. So, and I think he missed the cut last year. But again, different courses, so you can't really like say one year carries over to the other.
Yeah.
No, I know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just hoping it's a good championship. I hope we get some good drama coming down. I don't really want to see Cam Smith win it again. No offense, but I just don't care to see that happen. And go ahead, man.
I'll tell you another reason I'm picking Scotty over Rory, and this might be dumb, and this might be me overthinking the littlest thing. That OB on 18 looks so dumb. Have you seen the out of bounds on 18? It is so narrow up the right
18.
side.
Yep,
yeah, it's 18. It's up the right side. And I just picture, Scotty Scheffler playing a cut, being able to cut the ball, and he'll be just fine on that 18th hole, and he'll play that all week long, right? Yeah. Versus Rory having to draw it over that thing, which maybe he clears it. But that 18th hole, even on the left side, it just looks so narrow. It looks so narrow. But could one hole make or break a championship? Who knows?
I think the cool thing about Rory too is that he had his Sunday struggles, which he's had this year. He's had some leads and has blown some on Sunday or going into the weekend almost. And he had him on Sunday again. And then he went birdie, 17-18 to just, shut the door. And I think that was that could be a big, big turning point for him to be like, I can close these things, So we'll see what happens. It's going to be.
How do you guys feel about past champion Molinari? You guys think he has a chance?
No.
We've never really done this. We've never just gone down the roster and say who has a chance. So, okay, so no chance for Molinari.
I think he makes.
I just don't think he has form. Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
Makes the cut.
Makes the cut. Well, that'd be pretty good for him.
What about Tony? What do we think Tony
is?
Just top
Tony
20?
And Tommy, they're going to be top. One of those two are going to be top 10, top 5. One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing together actually. So it's Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood with Adam Scott. Yeah. So talk about a handsome bunch, right there.
I just don't know. I feel like Tony. I don't know. I feel something is up with Tony lately. I don't know why I have that feeling.
You feel like it's more than just a rut, more than just the ups and downs of a career, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything bad. Did he win earlier this year? I feel like he did, right?
Yeah. I feel like he did pull one off.
Yeah, he did. We definitely did. We covered it. I just feel that since the win, it's like Jason Day. They just kind of fell off, got their win, good, going to Hawaii, and that's kind of it. But I don't know. Even in Elena's TikToks and stuff like that, his demeanor sometimes. I mean, you could just be reading into it, but it just doesn't seem as in it. I think he's kind of missing family time because I think he's playing a lot more, and he's even playing he's open by himself. Elena's not there, family's not there, so he's gonna have to do the TikToks to get our scripting of what he's doing.
Yeah, we need it.
I think Elena was walking him through one. She said the other day. So, it's stuff like that where I'm I'm not sure kind of what's gonna happen with him. I feel like he was out early at U.S. Open too. I think he made the cut barely on the number, but really, didn't do anything.
Yeah, because we all thought he figured the putter out. Remember, he had the one hot tournament. How do you guys feel about Tom Kim playing with Tom Hoagie and Abraham Answer?
Tom played well. He played well last week. But did anyone hear his comment where he said, "Yes, a fairway," and it got picked up on him.
That was so good.
You forget that these guys are A, just human, and B, young guys. Tom Kim is just a young guy, just playing and just like us out there. Just wanted to hit a fairway. I just want to hit a fairway, guys. So
Tony's got 2 wins this year already. I just looked it up.
It is 2 wins. What were the two?
Two wins last year, 2 wins this year. The Cadence Bank Houston Open and the Mexico Open so far this year for Tony.
Oh, that's right, because Gumby's been calling Tony winning the Mexico Open for 3 years now.
Yeah, true.
That's a good one, boys. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I
don't know if there's anyone else out there that we. What about Jason?
Jason's gonna make the cut. I don't know, top 20.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope you guys aren't picking up that background noise of that stupid cricket. Just keeps chirping in the background.
Okay. All right, it's soothing for our listeners.
Yeah. So. That's outside by the campfire right now.
It's just really just getting Keith acclimated back to life slowly.
I've been in the
because he's
woods
been
for
out
the
at the
past
camp.
2 weeks.
Yeah. So,
Aruba for a week, and then up in the woods for 2 weeks.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the way to do it. All right, gents. I think this has been a good one. I'm looking forward to the Open. I'm looking forward to what Nike's got. I think we're gonna have some fun stuff coming up with you guys. Coming up. I think next week or week after, depending on our schedule, we're gonna do Nikeopoly, and so we're going to go through a Monopoly board, and we're gonna set up what we think would be the best Nikeopoly out there. What's Park Place? What is Boardwalk? What are some of the even community chests, the railroads? What's Go to Jail? Is that didn't get them from sneakers? You guys let us know as well your thoughts on Nikeopoly. We'll put out an Instagram post about it. And we want to hear from you so we can take that into consideration. And then you never know what will happen. Maybe someone will get crazy enough and too extra and, have enough time on their hands to create an actual Nikeopoly board. Not saying that's going to be me because I have a daughter, but the old me would definitely do that. So we will see. But any last, words of wisdom from the three of us today as we get back into the Swoosh Life Podcast? It's been a while. Happy to be back. Glad to be back. Been a fun one already. And can't wait to keep going as we, finish up season 3 here as we finish it out to the summer. Matt, last words.
Whoever won that Wheezy putter on eBay today, send us pictures. Y'all have a good one.
And a final congrats to Michelle on a great career.
Yeah, congrats, Michelle. Hope you're listening. Hopefully get you on. It's good to be back, boys. It's good to see you guys. And can't wait for everybody to listen to the episode. Gumby, what do you got?
Just remember, giveaway alert. We're giving away a TW13 print done by Nomad Customs once we hit 1,500 followers on Instagram. So go subscribe to the Swoosh Life Podcast on both YouTube and Instagram. Subscribe and follow. And become a supporter of the podcast by going to podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/the Swoosh Life. And that's all I got, boys. It's been a fun one. We'll see you after the Open for a little bit of fun talk, and we'll get right into it. But for the Swoosh Life Podcast, I've been Gumby. That's been Keith and Matt. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram at the Swoosh Life Podcast to stay up to date on all things swoosh. And if you have any questions, comments, or business inquiries, please email us at theswooshLifePodcast@gmail.com. And lastly, give us a follow or review and become a supporter of the podcast at anchor.fm/theswooshlife/support. Thank you all for listening. See you in the next one.
Checks over stripes, yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, that's